I just sold off my past 2 weekly drops, giving me $1.10, and we're gonna turn that money into a brand new pair of gloves. Now our first trade up here is gonna be the Revolution collection. We're gonna be grabbing 10 field tested skins, 0.1875 or below on the float, and when we come down to our outcomes, we've got a 4/5 chance of making some money. We would love to see that M4. Let's hop on into it. We've got a long way to go, so let's start it off on a hot streak. Okay, that's perfect, we'll take that. Now you guys loved the nothing to a knife video, but we can't just do that again, so we got a couple different challenges. But first, bam! That is what I'm talking about. That's a huge hit, especially because one of our challenges is coming up. Here we are for our last attempt, and our first challenge is going to be that we can't repeat trade-ups. But you might be thinking, we're repeating this one 3 times, and we'll talk about that in a quick second. After another great hit, we didn't hit the R rate, that is massive. Now if you're looking for skins inside of this video, Skin Swap is going to be your #1 spot. Not only are they top of the line in their selling, buying, and trading features, but they're also going to be sponsoring you with a free gift just by signing up with that first link in the description. Don't forget about their 40% deposit bonus and their lightning quick speeds, and there's no reason not to check them out. Our second trade up here, we're going to be heading on over to the Dreams and Nightmares collection. We're going to be looking for 10 minimal wear skins, 0.092 or below on the float. A 10-cent buy order is exactly what we're going to be going for here, making it $1 total cost. Now for this one, once again, we're going to be having a plethora of profitable outcomes. If we can hit that M4 or that USPS, we're going to be sitting in a good situation, and we need to avoid that Dream Glade at all costs. Now earlier I mentioned we couldn't repeat trade-ups, and that's absolutely true, except for the first 5, just because there's not enough cheap profitable trade-ups out there, but okay, it's about a break even, a little bit of profit. We really need to hit that M4 or the USP to get us on a good track. No, that is not what we wanted at all. Last trade up, this video is about to get really real, so we need one of those two. Not exactly what we wanted, but we'll have to move on. Our third trade up, we're going to be heading on over to the Recoil collection. Now for this one, we're going to be looking for 10 stat track field tested skins, 0.214 or below on the float, and a 15-cent buy order is going to be market price. Now for this one, it's very profitable if you can hit one of 3 outcomes. We're looking for the Dragon Tech, the Vent Rush, or the Downtown. The other 2 are going to be some pretty massive losses that we really cannot afford at this point. We're only allowed a maximum of 2 attempts on each of the next 3 trade ups, and then it goes down to 1, so we really got to start making some profit. There we go, finally a decent hit. One more would put us in a great position. Let's see it. Oh, that is not what we were looking for at this point. Trade up number 4 is going to be a 5-5 split. 5 factory new skins from the Breakout collection, 0.04 or below on the float, and a 23-cent buy order, and 5 minimal wear skins from the Revolver collection, 0.1 or below on the float, and a 17-cent buy order. Now coming down to our outcomes, if we can hit the Negev power loader, we're going to be in an awesome position, but anything from the Revolver collection is going to do us good, and anything from the Breakout is going to do us bad. Here we go, we really need to hit that Negev. Let's see it. Okay, I'll take that. Anything from the Revolver is really good. Here we are, we're gonna be in a sticky situation if we can't pull it off, but I had no doubts all along. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Our last trade up we can repeat, we're heading on over to the Recoil collection once again, but this time we're going to be going for factory new outcomes, and we're doing so with a 0.1 or below float and a 33-cent buy order. Now coming down to our outcomes, if we can hit the Dragon Tech or the Vent Rush, we're going to be guaranteed to move on. If we hit the Downtown and then we hit either the Crazy 8 or the Dual Beretta afterwards, we're going to be in a very tough situation, so we need one of those first 2 outcomes. Here we are, we really need to see one of those outcomes. Okay, that's fine. I'm really nervous that we're gonna hit one and fail one. That would put us in a terrible situation, but it doesn't matter. That is 2 hits. That is exactly what we needed at this point. Here we are for trade up number 6, and we just entered into the big deal. And let me tell you how that works. Basically, we're given 1 life, and that 1 life can either be exchanged for 1 more opportunity at a trade up or a 3rd visit to a collection. And since this is our 2nd visit to the Dreams and Nightmares collection, we cannot return to the Dreams and Nightmares collection unless we use our life. Now for this trade up specifically, we're going to be heading on over to the Dreams and Nightmares. We're going to be looking for 10 minimal wear skins, 0.092 or below on the float, and a 33-cent buy order is going to be making this a mega money trade up with almost 150% profitability, but we only have 1 attempt here, so if we're not walking away with the USPS or the M4A1S, it's going to be terrible. Here we are, we need it, come on, let's see it. Bam! Yes! just exactly what we needed at this point. Oh my gosh, I was stressing so badly about that past trade up. This one right here, it's definitely one we're going to lose, but I'm fine. We're going to be heading on over to the Falchion Collection, 10 field tested skins, 0.218 or below on the float, and a 52-cent buy order is what I went with. Coming down to our outcomes, we need to hit the MP7 Nemesis, but the other two are only about a $1.50 loss, and after that last trade up, I am more than willing to take a loss here. Every video like this has certain choke points that you just have to hit, and that previous trade up was the legitimate only one that I couldn't minimize, so I'm so glad we finally hit that one, and that was kind of expected at this point. Heading on into trade up number 8, we're going back to the split format. 7 minimal wear skins from the Spectrum 1 collection, 0.095 or below on the float, stat track, and a 62-cent buy order. For the 3 remaining skins, we're heading on over to the Prisma 1 collection, field tested. These ones 0.2 or below on the float, and a 31-cent buy order is what I went with. Coming down to our outcomes, I would be satisfied most likely with anything from the Spectrum other than that UMP, and if we're hitting the Prisma, it's gotta be the AWP or it's gotta be the Deagle. This trade up's perfect. It's got the Hail Mary option of the AWP, but anything that's profit I will definitely take. Okay, it's from the Spectrum, that's profit, that's all we needed. Number 9 is going to be a no-risk trade-up, and it's super profitable if you can get the floats. We're going to be going with 1 minimal wear skin from the Fracture collection, 0.1 or below on the float there, a $1.59 buy order, and 9 field-tested skins from the Fracture. These ones are going to be 0.21 or below on the float, and a 67-cent buy order. Coming down to the outcomes, Glock, Vogue, Tooth Fairy, all good. Entombed, I'll probably cry a little bit on the inside, but they're all profit. It's a no-risk trade-up, and it's massively profitable. This trade-up right here is the reason why we can only do them once at this point. It's just so overpowered to make $3 worth of profit on a singular trade up. And that's exactly why. That is a massive hit right there, and I'm so glad to see it. Trade up number 10 is going to be a big one, and you know what? Bring in the intense music. This is where it starts to get really real. That's because we've got 10 field-tested skins from the Revolution case. Field-tested, 0.1875 or below on the float, 87-cent buy order. Coming down to our outcomes, it's very clear. We need to hit that AWP duality, or we are going to be going pretty much back to $10. That previous trade up erased. If we can't hit this, let's go ahead and finally see a massive profit win. I'm a little nervous for this one. We can survive if we don't hit it, but it's going to be very close, and honestly, I want to see a big win right here, right now. No. Here we are, trade up number 11, and once again, we're in a little bit of a pickle. We are going to go to the Danger Zone collection, 10 field tested skins, stat track, 0.1875 or below on the float, and a 95-cent buy order. Coming down to our outcomes, we've now got a 1/3 chance of having to use our life. That's because if we hit the UMP momentum, we're not going to be able to afford the next trade up. Therefore, we have to hit the Deagle, we have to hit the MP5, or we're losing our 1 life, which is really detrimental because I planned around this 1 life down the line, and we need it there. Alright, you know the drill. Anything but the UMP on this second no-risk, 100% profitable trade-up. Bam! That's perfect. That's exactly what we needed at this point. We're going to be heading on over to the CS2 collection. We're going to be looking for 10 stat track field tested skins, 0.26 or below on the float. Great float, very attainable. $1.19 for the buy order is what I used. Now coming down to our outcomes, we really need to hit anything but the MP9 Hydra. We're going to be looking at about a $3 profit if we can hit, and about a $3 loss if we don't. And considering our odds of hitting are 2 to 1, it's a pretty decent trade up. Let's go get it. Here we go. We're looking for anything but the Hydra. And that's exactly what we got. Perfect! Trade up number 13, we're heading on over to the Clutch collection. We're going to be looking for 10 minimal wear skins, 0.10925, very attainable float for minimal wear, and a buy order of $1.25 is what I personally went with. Coming down to our outcomes, it's virtually the same as the last one. We've got 2 great options, but this one's a little bit better. We're going to be making almost $5 with the AWP, about $2.50 with the AUG, and losing less than $2 with that USPS Cortex. We're doing well so far, and maybe because of my past trade up videos, I really feel like we shouldn't be, but bam! Oh my gosh! I can't believe we hit that. Trade up 14, we haven't even used our life yet, but we're heading on over to the Breakout collection. We're going to be looking for 10 stat track field tested skins, 0.214 or below on the float. We're going to be looking for a $1.77 buy order, at least that's what I personally went with. Now for this one, it's going to be virtually the same as the past two. We've got about a $10 profit if we can hit, and about a $10 loss if we don't, and our odds of hitting are 2 to 1. Alright, anything but the foul play will be amazing. And we pull through once again. Not the best, but I will definitely take it. Unfortunately, the time has come. We've got to go ahead and redeem our 1 life for a chance at this recoil collection trade up right here. It's our 3rd time heading to the recoil. We're going to be grabbing 10 minimal wear skins in the stat track format, $2.59 for a buy order, and 0.09 or 9 or below on the float. Now for this one, coming out to where outcomes, we're going to be grabbing an AK-47 ice cold and factory new, hopefully. Otherwise, the P250 editions, we're going to be roughly breaking even, and the sawed-off Kislev, it's all going to be over. All right, this is day 8 right here of doing this nothing to gloves, so I would love to see that AK. That's not what I wanted, but at least it's not the Kislev. Alright, for this one, heading on over to the Chroma collection, we're going to be looking for 10 field tested skins, 0.2 or below on the float in stat track, and $3.07 is the buy order that I specifically went with. Coming down to our outcomes, we need to hit one of the 2 profit outcomes if we want a chance in the next couple trade ups here, but I'm pretty confident we can pull it off. Here we are. This trade up was a pain in the butt to get, but bam! Perfect! That's exactly what we wanted to see. That is what we needed. Here we are at the Horizon collection. Now for this one, it's going to be a 5-5 split. We're grabbing 5 field tested skins, 0.2 or below on the float, $1.31 buy order, 5 minimal wear skins, $3.47 on the buy order, and 0.1 or below on the float. Coming down to the outcomes, the only profit to be made here is with that M4A1S Nightmare. There's nothing I want more right now than to see an M4A1S pop up on my screen. Please, let's see it. That is not what we wanted. Trade up number 18. We're going to be heading on over to the breakout collection. We're going to be looking for 10 minimal wear skins, 0.1 or below on the float, $2.77 for the buy order. Now coming down to our outcomes for this one, we're really going to be needing to hit that Glock Water Elemental if we want to be in a good position. Desert Eagle Conspiracy, we're losing about $1. It's about a break even, and we can't afford to hit that 5-7. All right, last skin. It's got $15 worth of stickers on it. Hopefully that gives us some good luck. Let's see it. It's about a break even. At this point, I can't really be upset. Trade up number 19, we're going to be heading on over to the Fracture collection. We're going to be looking for 10 minimal wear skins, 0.0932 or below on the float, and this one I went with $1.59 for the buy order. Coming down to our outcomes, all of them are going to be profit once again. It's a very similar trade up to what we saw previously. It is different. If we hit the XM1014, I'm probably going to cry because the other 2 are worth about $7 or $8 a piece in profit, and we really need that. Today is December 8th. This series wasn't meant to be taking more than like a week or 2, but please. There we go, Glock Vote, perfect, that's $8, we really needed that. Welcome to trade up number 20. Now I've got 23 planned, so 20 is a must hit. We're going to be heading on over to the Wildfire collection. We're going to be looking for 10 stat track field tested skins. I went with $3.66 for a buy order, took a little bit, but we're definitely here. 0.195 or below on the float is what I personally went with, and coming down to our outcomes, if we hit the Deagle or the Nova, we're going to be in a good situation, and we just want to avoid the op. I don't know, I'm feeling another Deagle here. I think it's another Deagle. Okay, I'll take the Nova. That is profit. We will definitely take that. Trade up number 21 is kind of going to be for funsies because it doesn't really matter. That's because the trade up after this is what we really need to hit. But for this one, we're heading on over to the Shattered Web collection, one of my favorites. We're going to be looking for 10 field tested skins, 0.2 or below on the float in stat track, $2.89 for our buy order. Coming down to our outcomes, the only thing you're going to win with is the Decimator, the SG, and the SSG are both going to be losses. Not too much to say about this one. It's for funsies, but hey, I will still take that. That is awesome. I didn't think we were gonna hit it. Trade up number 22. This is it. If we hit this, we're getting gloves, and then we're going all in on the next trade up, but we gotta hit this first. First up, we're heading on over to the Spectrum collection. We're grabbing 1 factory new skin, $7.10, and 0.036 or below on the float, 9 minimal wear skins, 0.0875 or below on the float, and $3.75 on the buy order. Now coming down to the outcomes, this is it. If we don't hit the Decimator, it's virtually over in the current path I have. So we need to hit it. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit of a loss, but it's major profit if we hit the Decimator. It's almost $65, and that's going to put us in an absolutely amazing position for our all-in. Here it is. This is our everything. I mean, this is absolutely insane. We need this M4A1S. Please like and subscribe. Use today's sponsor. Let's see it, please. Yes! No way! Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. We're getting gloves. We're getting gloves. It's also 11 p.m. here, so I can't scream too loud, but we're going to wait till tomorrow where we're going all in, and I am so excited for it. Here we are, the last trade up. Can't believe we've actually gotten to this point, but we're gonna be heading on over to two different collections. First up, we're grabbing 6 skins from the Shadow collection. We're going minimal wear, 0.0925 or below on the float, $12.09 on the buy order. The other 4 skins are gonna be factory new from the Falchion collection, 0.035 or below on the float, $13.44 is going to be the buy order price. Coming down to our outcomes, we've got a 60% chance to hit something from the Shadow. That's gonna be about a $60 profit, and if we hit that 40% from the Falchion collection, it's probably gonna be about a $25 average loss. So let's go get it, and let's get our $200 pair of gloves. Here we are. I just want to say thank you for joining me on this adventure. This is the longest video I've ever done. It's probably the most time-consuming video I've done in quite a while, so I am just so grateful you decided to join me for it. But hey! That is exactly what I wanted to see. That is the Shadow collection, and that means we are going to be walking away with a $200 pair of gloves, which you're going to see in just a quick second. Yes! Well, we've got one brand new item in the inventory, and it's the Moto Gloves Blood Pressure. I honestly think they look really good and really undervalued. It's well worn, but that's it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this adventure, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.